Right, buddy. Welcome back to your latest Manchester United news and a Merry Christmas to you all. In this video, we'll be talking the latest on Ruben Neves. We've got an update on the midfield Mainu's exit. We'll be talking about Thomas Zilikas putting a bid for Manchester United and a sponsorship potential deal. We'll also be talking about some other stories as well that have come out on Barcelona keeping Rashford and much more. But I want to start off by talking about the Ruben Neves story that's come out from Fabrizio Romano. So, Manchester United have spoken to the agents of Ruben Neves regarding opportunities and situations about the player. So far, no concrete negotiations have started with Al Hilal. Let's see what happens with this one. So they're talking with the agents. Again, I believe it's George Mendes, the agent of Ruben Neves, someone who a lot of the Portuguese players at Manchester United agent is. Now, again, I've talked about Ruben Neves. I think he'd be a great opportunity and a great player to bring in. I think he definitely has a lot of experience, which I think will help Manchester United, and he definitely does and will improve this team. Now, obviously, the concern would be on the wages, and how would he be willing to take a significant wage cut. But for £15 to £20 million, he's a good market option. With United not getting Semenyo, they do show, and they have shown they do have cash available to go out and sign players. So why not go and get Ruben Neves? I know again he's on the older side and he's close to 30, and he might not have many years left at the top level. But you look at Ugarte being how poor he is. You look at Bruno being potentially on his way out. You look at Casemiro, Mainu potentially going on loan, which I'll talk about. Ruben Neves presents a good opportunity. One thing that I think Manchester United need to do is go out and get a midfielder in this window, whether that be. I mean, we've missed out. I mean, going into the game tomorrow against Newcastle, we have Casemiro um, as a midfield. Casemiro Martinez as two midfielders. I mean, that is a huge problem. And I think whether we need to get a midfielder, whether it's João Neves, Ruben Neves, I mean, I wouldn't say Conor Gallagher because I don't think he's the sort of profile that we need. But some midfielder with a bit of quality and a bit about him, to be honest. And I think Ruben Neves does have that on the ball. He's a leader. Off the ball, he's very good at working as well. And I think he does massively improve the sort of team. And if, again, long term, we've heard what Ruben Amorim has said in terms of he'd only want to sign players for the long term. And he's not really focused on bringing in players on a short term basis. He wants players to be the future, like the Cunha and Burmos, Tesco's, etc. So maybe Ruben Neves might not be their option. Maybe it's someone else who's a bit younger, maybe João Neves. Um, but yeah, United have started to make in contact. They're going to see the conditions of the deal. I definitely think he's a very good option to have. Now, I want to talk about this Thomas Zilica stuff that's come out. Um, Again, when United were kind of in the process of this whole Sergeant Radcliffe takeover and the Sheikh Jassim and all that stuff, Thomas Zilikas was someone who was kind of talked about potentially owning the club. So this is what he has said. I've decided to offer Manchester United a sponsorship deal through my company XXI Century Capital Group. I want to be able to give a Christmas present to Manchester United. For me, it's not about owning something. It's about having a trophy to show off. It's about how we make Manchester United so strong financially they can become the number one club, not in England but in Europe. So I've decided to propose a £375 million sponsorship deal over 5 years. It goes back to global fan engagement and how we get the fans involved around the world. I have a program that in a very interesting way activates these fans, and it's around I'm confident I can offer this sponsorship over 5 years. With that money, Manchester United can significantly strengthen their squad and do other things as well. So his main thing is to pump money into the club, which again is good, but again, do we need? I mean, would United take this? I mean, the liquidity and the kind of financial situation Manchester United are in is not great. So maybe taking this deal from Thomas Zilikas will help. But yeah, it's just all about bringing money into the club, a potential investment. I would love to be working with Sir Jim Radcliffe with us three. Jim Radcliffe, Sheikh Jassim, and I were bidding for Manchester United. I said, look, I'm just trying to outbid each other and make the Glazer family even more wealthy. Why don't we work together and benefit the clubs? It's still how I see things. You usually get better results when you work together. I want to be heavily involved in agreeing on how sponsorship would work. And when it comes to developing the club, I would be very happy to offer my ideas, my thoughts, and advice, but I would not impose. So listen, do I think anything will happen there? Probably not. I mean, with ownership and takeover stuff, you kind of only really talk about it officially when it officially happens. But again, he's trying to invest into the club. He's been talked about for a while. We will have to wait and see what happens. But I thought it's certainly something interesting to talk about. He wants to sponsor the club and invest money into the club. So we'll see if anything comes of that. And again, we'll keep you up to date what does happen. I don't think, again, you look at how long the Sergio Radcliffe stuff took, and how long that was going on for. I don't think anything will happen in the short term. Now, Kobbie Mainoo wants to leave United on loan, and he has Napoli on his mind. He wants to do what McTominay did and has the ambition to return to United and tell them, don't make the same mistake as you did with McTominay. So listen, he's getting frustrated every game that goes on now. He's not playing. Obviously, he won't be playing against Newcastle due to injury. We were Bruno missing the Wolves game, the Leeds game, the Burnley game. Hopefully, Mainoo's back and he would be able to get an opportunity just to play and put himself in a good position to potentially get a loan deal to Napoli, which his agents and stuff are working on. Again, I don't want to see Mainoo leave, but if he goes to a club and does very, very well, it's good for Manchester United. But again, United don't have any ambition of letting Mainoo go at the moment, and I don't think he should be going. I think he's a player who can improve and add so much to this team. Control. He's a different sort of player to Casemiro and Ugarte, and I think any player that should be going before Mainoo is 100% Ugarte. I mean, he is just very, very poor, and I think it'd be criminal. It'd be typical Manchester United really to get rid of Mainoo and then keep Ugarte for another season. Like, Ugarte has to go before Mainoo. And again, I know Mainoo's position is the one similar to Bruno Fernandes, and if you bring them in, you can't play them together. But ultimately, Mainoo should be someone United are building this team around. And ultimately, we know he wants to go on loan. And we know he has the ambition to play regular first team football for a different club. So we can get into that England squad, which again, I 100% respect. He needs to be playing regular football, forever, whichever club that is. Napoli, Bayern Munich, whoever it is, so we can get into that England squad. And I totally 100% respect that decision for Mainoo. Now, Napoli are interested. And again, he wants to prove to Manchester United, which I don't think he should, that he is a very, very good player. So we will have to wait and see what happens with Mainoo. But that is the latest Manchester United news on Christmas Day. Have a good day to everyone. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. I mean, Boxing Day. Hopefully the game takes care of itself. And hopefully Manchester United bring home the win. But yeah, have a good day. Celebrate with the family. And I'll see you soon. Peace.